What is up, guys? We've got
John.
Ken, Speakeasy Podcast. Welcome back to the basement here, people. Welcome to the Speakeasy. Yes.
Yes.
Do we speak easy enough for you?
We don't speak easy, but we're in the speakeasy, right?
So that's
we speak
all
a
that
lot
matters.
of crap, but
That's
we're
all
in
that
the
matters.
speakeasy.
Really,
man.
that's all that matters.
You know why? Because you can't find us. You don't know where we are.
Yes.
And we're in a place where we get busted for having all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
So we're in the speakeasy.
Well, if we lived during that time, do you think we'd be like?
I think we'd be badass, motherfucker. Yeah, we'd be badass, bro.
Yeah, I know. Like, I feel like I would be like if someone said you can't eat this or you can't do this or you can't do that. I'm gonna be like,
Bafungal.
yeah, exactly.
Right? You can charge people at the door to come in here and try the stuff that we have here, or you have here.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I say we because I'm just affiliated by. But yeah, you have here. Like,
I saw something. It was just a random thing that popped up, and this is a little off topic, but I saw something pop up on like Facebook or whatever. It was a family during when the Nazis started to kind of take over and do the raid thing. She said, "Oh yeah, the second we saw this, we created a secret room." And in their house, so it was like something that the Nazis could not find, but we
Anne
can,
Frank shit.
yeah,
Oh,
so we can
yeah.
hide and do our, when we know they're coming, we're just gonna hide. And
Hell
that's
yeah,
it,
hell
you
yeah,
know,
hell yeah.
and that's
It's called the survival of the fittest, right? Or,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, or the smartest at that time. Sometimes, not to say that the people who got caught weren't smart, but some people just didn't trust as much as maybe others. They weren't as trusting, and they.
Yeah, man.
There's actually when you're leaving here, and you're driving towards Morristown area. There's a place called Sammy's, and we've only been there once, believe it or not. After all these years, and the food's very good. But I guess for us, we're kind of like deterred because we're like, it's a popular place. We don't want to wait. We don't want to do this. We don't want to deal with any of this or that, whatever. But we did go.
Okay.
And so basically the way it works is you will go to the host and you say, this is what I'm ordering. Yes. They give you the menu. You order right then and there.
Before you sit down?
Yes. You order your food, and then they send you to the basement. It's like it's a full bar in the basement, full bar.
This is in Morristown?
No, it's Mendham. I've been driving through Mendham.
Okay.
On your way towards Morristown.
Right, right.
So, and
Trying to figure out where that would be. That's weird.
so you order the food, you tell them what you want, and then you go to the basement. It's a full bar. They actually have arcade games and stuff down there too.
Sweet.
So apparently the old bar was an actual legit speakeasy. It was
Awesome.
it was a spot that people would, that's where they got their business done, and they did their thing and selling alcohol illegally during that time. And so now it's something that you brag about. You're like, yeah, we did that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And
When are you going to take me?
yeah, we should go.
We should.
Yeah, we should go.
Let's go.
And you hang out in the basement, and they have pretty good cocktails down there too as well. So
Let's go. I love cocktails.
if you want me to take you, yeah.
You shouldn't have to ask.
Yeah. But yeah, cool spot. And so yeah, there are some OG speakeasies, like legit speakeasies that were
absolutely.
from the past that are around this area as well.
But we have our own here, so.
Yes. This is a more made up though. There was no history here necessarily. But,
You know what? We're making
we're
history
creating
here.
history
We're
right
creating
here.
history.
Exactly. I
Absolutely.
hear that. I definitely hear that.
And what do we got for history today? What are we doing? 'Cause I'm fucking thirsty. I'm staring at this.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go.
We've had Copper and Cask on this show. We had a store pick that we've had on this show before, and it was decent if I remember correctly. And I
enjoyed
was
it.
elsewhere because I don't see Copper and Cask too often around here, and I came across this one, which is a toasted oak bourbon whiskey.
I love anything toasted, man. That's
Yeah.
up my alley. You know that.
Yeah. And this is so when I saw it, I was like, you know what?
Unless
I'm going
there's
for it.
marshmallow in
I'm going for it. I don't recall the price, so unfortunately, on this one, because I've gotten it some time ago. We got a dog over there.
Yeah, she scared me. I was like, what is that?
Oh God! Hopefully it's not the bathroom because we just started.
She's just looking for love.
So this one in particular is 7 years. Okay, that's a decent age. 7 years.
7 years, yeah. Hell.
59.2%. So what did we say recently? We said, what did we say? 110's a nice magic number.
110's the magic number. Yep.
But we're looking at 120.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna feel that hug a little bit. I think we should gonna feel that hug.
Yeah. So, and this is a limited small batch. Maybe I shouldn't open this.
All right, put it back. Let's start over.
A limited edition, a single barrel project curating superior hand-selected spirits. Always rare, never ordinary. So if they're always rare, then it's okay because there's more. This one is distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, bottled August of 2024. Okay, this is fairly. Then I guess I didn't get it too long ago. 7 years, aged in Kentucky. Interesting. Bottled by Latitude Beverage Company in Rumford, Rhode Island.
Yeah, that's weird. We're taking a weird turn.
I guess they may have got a good deal on that one. The limited small batch whiskey is made from a marriage of hand-selected barrels that were all distilled in Indiana and matured in Kentucky. After 7 years in new charred oak, the barrels were batched and then finished in new toasted oak. Enough talk. Cool bottle, man. I love this label, John.
Oh, yeah.
I really do love this label. It's just like nice. It's like rustic. It's kind of got a nice feel to it.
Yep.
Bottle a little bit more traditional.
I think my legs are bleeding.
Are she clawing you?
Yeah, we got to cut those claws a little bit.
They are due for a full grooming, actually.
Yeah, I'm definitely bleeding.
Oh, God.
That's my girl, though. That's my girl, right? I'm going to smuggle you home.
Yeah, stop being a pansy. So my son has, like it's not Squishmallow, but it's like another brand.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's the one with like all the food products or whatever.
You could be like a taco.
Yeah. But this one it's like something holding. It's holding like Haribo, I think, like gummy bears.
Okay.
So it's a gummy bear one.
Sweet.
And it's holding it. And he wanted it for Christmas, and we're like, oh, my God. And when we got it in the mail, we're like, oh, my God, this thing is huge. It's Gigundo. And so they come with a name. It comes with a name. And the name is Nancy. Yeah. And we go to our son, you don't have to keep that name, buddy. You don't have to, it doesn't have to stay as Nancy.
Here's a new stuffed toy named Nancy.
And he goes, no, that's its name. It's Nancy. So he's like, I'm going to keep it Nancy. Call me now.
Nancy, it's great.
So now every time I hear like, stop being a Nancy, I'm thinking about that damn Squishmallow thingamajig,
I have some old Squishmallows. Maybe your son will like them.
Yeah.
Does he like that stuff? Do you care? Or?
I don't care. If you're getting rid of them, he'll take them.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Harp.
Yeah, Harp
She is. Because we're wearing shorts today. It's warmer weather. We usually wear jeans. We don't notice it.
I'm bleeding down my leg now.
Oh, God.
Tried to open up that bottle right there.
Let's pour it.
I don't even know what that says. Carter Oak? Carter Oak? I never heard of that.
Charter Oak.
Charter Oak. Oh, I need new glasses.
That's from Buffalo Trace, too, man.
Oh, let's open it up.
All right.
No, I'm looking forward
Let's
to
get
this,
down to
man.
the nitty-gritty.
Copper
here.
and Cask is solid stuff.
Yeah, we had a good experience last time, I feel like.
100%.
Even though I can barely remember it. But yeah. Let's get this nose. Breaking out the pen. All right. I know, like, to get the boogers out of my nose. Hold on.
What is this?
I'm smelling cinnamon.
I was going to say, is this Amburana?
No, that's because
Did we not wash the glasses?
No, we didn't. Sorry, people. Let me swish it around a little bit. All right. Get some corn.
Yeah.
Which you're going to get. It's got some nice spice to it. Bakery. I want to put bakery down for this one.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Gosh. Should have rinsed our glasses.
Start over. I'm definitely getting that bakery. I'm getting that anise.
All right,
Anise.
some anise.
Anise. Yeah, anise. Star anise.
Or you could just say a licorice.
Licorice. There you go. Yep. I was just about to drink it.
All right, let's just drink it.
Cheers,
I think we need to drink it because the nose is.
Whoa.
Wow.
I took a big sip right there.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. That's got flavor.
Ooh, it does.
That has flavor. I'm feeling it on all ends right now. I'm like this, when I say I want something that has flavor, and I'm looking for a good bourbon that has flavor. Wow, that's got flavor.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be that strong, and I took a big sip.
Well,
Hold
we
up.
saw the proof.
Yeah.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah. Hold on.
I mean, that is just pure.
Joy?
It is joy. I was not expecting that. You know what it is, too? We had, before this, John and I had a couple bourbons that were a little bit, like, lighter in flavor and color and all that stuff. I mean, this one has got a little bit darker than what we've been having. It's got nice viscosity, and wow, does that linger?
This is really good, man.
Yeah.
Toasted oak. Anything toasted to me is right up my alley.
Well, they're adding
You know
it
that?
to another barrel that, is more toasted.
Wow. There's a lot of flavor in that. And I'm telling you, I think Copper and Cask, I don't know the history behind them.
We don't know much about them.
They're freaking good, man.
Yeah.
Everything you have from them is absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm really taken aback by what we just had right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
No,
that
I
kind of
wasn't.
flavor.
I wasn't. I'm actually almost convincing myself right now to go back to the store. I got this one so I can get a backup bottle of this one, man.
Right?
It's really, you know where I got it?
No.
I keep telling John, stop at Adelphia in Burnersville, but it wasn't
I
Adelphia.
know you do. And you keep telling me it's on my way home, but it's not.
It is. Dude, remember the barbecue joint we went to, Miniman?
Yeah.
That closed down?
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right there, dude. It's right on that road. But this was across the street at Gary's.
Gary's wine?
Yeah.
Gary's that's not really Gary's anymore?
What do you mean?
Didn't they sell off like the
I don't think so.
No? 'Cause
Still
I think
Gary's.
the one closer to by me is not.
There's
It's
Gary's.
Gary's, but it's not
There's
Gary's.
Gary's in Burnersville, which is across the street from Adelphia.
Yeah.
It's right there.
And Gary's in Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, this dog. John, I may need you to talk a little bit more on this while I let this dog outside, or
Yeah.
let her upstairs or something.
So this is huge on spice, caramel, graham cracker, anything you could think of, man. Like this is really good. I'm enjoying this Copper and Ken's gonna walk by the thing. Yeah, there he goes. There's his head. I am flabbergasted. Sorry. So I'm into anything toasted, right? Toasted oak. Me and Ken this afternoon we were out and about, and we stopped at a liquor store, and I was going to buy a toasted. Man, I forgot what brand it was. I believe it was Noble Oak toasted. And Ken said to me, "Hey, have you tried it yet?" And I said, "No, not yet." And he's like, "Well, let's try some other toasted stuff before you actually buy it." And I'm a huge toasted fan. You got your Elijah toasted. You got your what else toasted is popular?
You see Elijah Craig?
I said Elijah. Yeah. I think you got your Michter's toasted.
Yeah, Michter's toasted. Yeah, they have the Michter's toasted rye.
But we've done a Penelope toasted, and we've done a Penelope toasted, and we've done a Penelope toasted, a Penelope toasted, and then we did the Penelope toasted marshmallow.
Yes.
To me, those are two different. I wasn't a huge of the fan of the marshmallow as the regular. Don't laugh. I was trying to do this by myself, and you walked away.
I wasn't a huge of the.
And then we did the Basil Hayden toasted that we actually did.
I'm sorry.
We made an old fashioned out of, right?
Yeah, the Basil Hayden toast. That one, I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of that one. It's just too weak for me. It's not. The flavor does not linger the way I want it to linger. It's like 80-something% proof. I mean,
Right.
and it's.
I'm just talking about toasted in general.
Yeah.
I like a toasted bourbon. I like that toasted, extra toast.
Did you mention the one you just had?
Which is the Peerless, double
Peerless?
oak. Yeah, is that?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
That's a double oak.
I'm
That's not
so
a
sorry.
toasted. Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
I screwed that up.
So ranking this up there with the toasted, I would rank this towards the top. I think this is full of flavor.
I'm coming back to it.
I am so happy with this. Man.
Wow.
I taste the marshmallow. I taste like a s'mores type of thing.
So you still getting s'mores kind of
I'm getting
characteristics?
s'mores.
Do you want s'more?
And it hits here. It sits on the back of your tongue, and it sits for a little bit, and I like that.
We were going back and forth, by the way, real quick before this, and John and I I'm like, I have 2 bottles we can crack, and the other one could be absolutely great, but we're like, which one do you want to do? And finally we both agreed on doing this one. I'm like, I'm pretty
and you
happy
said
we did.
you're waiting to open this.
Yeah,
so
I know.
what is the best time than now, right? What other is the best time than now?
What better time than now? Yeah,
What better time than
exactly.
now?
Exactly.
And I think me and you, I think are a little different. Wait, what are we doing?
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Oh, this is just the whiskey episode is going to be fucking awful. So,
I can't stop laughing sometimes. Sorry, that's me.
that's okay.
No, it's all right.
Our just the whiskey guys, this is going to be crazy. I think you love it. You love to feel it here.
I do. I love
You want it to linger here, where I want it to linger here.
And it's odd. You know why it's odd, Johnny? Because I suffer from heartburn. I get a lot of heartburn once in a while. And I think maybe that's the thing with it, is that because I have heartburn, what's the problem with heartburn? It just sometimes it takes forever
to go away.
To go away.
Yeah.
When I have a nice Kentucky hug and you get that heat right there, and then within like a few minutes, it's gone. You're like, oh, and maybe that's part of the reason I like it, because usually when I get that heat here, I'm kind of like,
it's a good heat. Yeah.
so this is a good heat.
It's not like a tomato sauce heat or something where it's That's what I was saying. You like it here.
Yeah.
I like it here.
Okay.
I like it on the back of the throat and the palate. I want it to last here.
Yeah.
More than I want it to come into here.
Yeah. I think here is like, especially in the wintertime, I don't know, man. I just like getting that warmth there, creating that warmth. It's nice, you know?
To me, this lingers right here.
Yeah.
Back of the throat, back of the tongue.
Yeah.
And then it goes away a little bit when it's here.
Yeah.
And I like that, man. I
ever
like that.
Feel it here?
I do sometimes. Yeah, I do.
If it's really good, it goes like...
I'm like, ugh. That's a good one. No, but in all seriousness,
this works.
Yeah. In all seriousness, it's a good flavor. Copper and Cask, man, is where are they located? Like, where is Copper and Cask? Just Copper and Cask? Where do they come
it
out of?
said it was Indiana.
I know you read it, but Copper and Cask is Copper and Cask. It's not another place.
Oh, so you're getting at is it like from like a certain distiller or something?
Yeah.
I don't know, John.
All right.
Considering it's all right, we read a lot of the back of these bottles and stuff, and considering it's bottled in Rhode Island, I think we would have remembered that.
Yeah, that's weird. That's throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah, but it's Indiana.
What's in Indiana? They're making Indiana, but they're how does that even make sense?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's.
I need to reach out to my bourbon people on Instagram.
It is distilled
TikTok.
in Indiana. That's the most important thing.
And then what? They throw it into a gigantic. They take all the barrels and they put it in the back of a truck and they go to Rhode Island for what?
No. They distill it. That means the whole initial process of making whatever, the corn and their mash bill that they use and all that fun stuff, that's done in Indiana.
Okay.
And then when they're going to barrel it, they ship it to Kentucky. So Kentucky, what they're doing, all Kentucky is doing is, which I think the most important part is actually the mash.
Right.
So they have their mash, they have their recipe, they have everything that's going on. In Kentucky, they're just taking it and putting it into the barrel.
They're storing it.
Yeah.
Where does Rhode Island come into the whole situation?
That's the least important role.
They're taking the barrels and bringing them to Rhode Island?
They're taking the barrels and they're pouring them into these glasses.
But why? Why not just stay in Kentucky? That's a long fucking far away.
Why do people buy shit from China? It's because
they're superior.
it's just cheaper sometimes.
They're superior to
It's
us.
wherever, John, we just had this conversation today with a guy. We know a guy who has a, he bottles Stavens and Grain. We've had Stavens and Grain on the show before.
Right.
And he was just telling me the whole thing. He's like, he gave me the whole story. We were talking to the guy at the store, and he was like, yeah, we tried a new bottle. It sucks. There's cracks in it. There's this. There's that. There's issues.
He talked us out of buying.
I know.
It's like, dude, that's not a really good.
It was an expensive bottle, though. It was $120, but I was
You
like,
just talked us out of buying it.
yeah, I know. And he's like, this bottle sucked. We're going to do a square one in the future.
But you appreciate that shit, right? You appreciate that.
Yeah. But
Because he knows you're not a sucker. You're coming in, you're legit
yeah.
bourbon dude. And
Yes, when I came in, I said it was pretty much. I didn't say I was buying anything that day. I said my buddy's looking for a gift or something.
I'm the jackass.
But
I think I bought some good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a gift and then I bought myself some.
you
Boo-rye.
Oh, the Boo-rye, the Knob Creek. Yeah, which is right there, down there,
Where?
by your left leg.
One more time. Where?
You want me to reach down there?
Yeah. There goes our just the whiskey fucking segment.
All right, let's okay, let's get back to this real quick. Let's finish this up on the Copper and Cask. Real quick, let's go revisit it one more time real quick and just give your final thoughts on this one, all right? Let's see.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's sweet. It's got some nice, deep, earthy molasses. I would say over caramel notes.
I got graham cracker. I got rye. I got rye
Graham
spice,
cracker,
man.
that is right. I'm getting that, man.
I got rye spice in this, even though it's not rye. Like
I'm gonna write that graham cracker as the finish for me, man.
graham
'cause-
cracker, like sweet, man. It's sweet. It's
Yeah.
it's fucking. It's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy this 10 times. All right. Budget.
I don't remember what I paid, man. I really don't. I don't.
See, that's the part that hurts. Like
Yeah.
budget friendly, not budget friendly.
I don't know. I don't remember because when I bought it, it was just one of those. I just had recently purchased another Copper and Cask that I liked, and I can't remember. I honestly can't recall.
That's okay. That's all right.
And I don't want to just throw a number out there.
No, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
But a Copper and Cask, obviously, you know Copper and Cask, right? They have a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah.
Like, what are they really? Are they a high end bourbon or a budget friendly bourbon or
I would say
a mid level bourbon?
I would say more like mid-level, like maybe probably more like a 60 to 80, maybe.
So you need to know what you're drinking before you buy it, basically, right? You're not going to buy it off the top of your. What do you got there?
This is the first Copper and Cask we had on the show the one time, and this was a 9-year that we had. That was not toasted, just to clarify.
Okay.
But yeah, 9-year, once again, Indiana. I guess it didn't move. I like this one has the mash bill, though. That one doesn't have a mash bill.
No. I'm looking at
70. This one here in particular, not to confuse anyone, guys, I have another bottle here. 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% barley malt. I like that. You know we're going to try this after the show.
I like that description.
Yeah.
See, I appreciate a description like that.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I really do. You want to know what you're drinking, man. You want to know where it came from.
Well, like I said, this is available at Gary's in Bernardsville.
Well, at this point, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, you're already in trouble. You might as well just dig in.
Yeah, I know. When you are, let me ask you a question.
You can ask.
Wait, you want to end our whiskey segment? Let's end our whiskey.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
Copper and Cask.
Copper and Cask. Okay.
Toasted.
Quick recap: corn, bakery, slight notes of licorice on the nose. Taste some dark dried fruit like a raisin or something along those lines. A little bit of that graham cracker s'mores kind of flavored taste, everything of that sort. s'mores more in particular. I think the finish, the graham cracker came out a little bit more.
Agreed.
On that finish.
Agreed.
Solid stuff, man.
Solid
Copper and
stuff.
I sometimes like.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever come across like I'm blowing smoke or anything. This is fucking good, man. This is
Yeah.
really good. I like this one.
If you are a listener of Just a Whiskey, our segment where we're just talking about the bourbon, thank you for watching. If you want to know more about what we're about to talk about, then come back to our original episode.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right.
Let's bring that back in because I am going to
try it.
No, not even to try it.
Smell it.
I
It's not
appreciate the information given.
Yeah, you don't always get the mash bill on something,
right? Like,
so it's nice
come
to
on,
see
man.
that. Yeah.
They're telling you when it's bottled. They're telling you the age. They're telling you the mash bill. Like
Full transparency.
Full transparency. They're telling you where it's distilled in. Well, obviously, this is too, right? Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
The transparency to me is huge, man, because
But why did they do that on this one and not this one, though? Because it's toasted, or maybe it was just the age. Maybe this one. Maybe they changed things
This
around.
one's got a QR code, and the other one doesn't.
Oh,
Right? Let's hold on. Let's see what the QR code is. What's it telling us?
Oh, John wants to explore here.
Yeah. What's it telling us? What's this QR code telling us right here?
That the bottle needs to be streamed.
And it's not even working.
Yeah, that's what it's telling us.
Not even working.
You know what, though, Johnny? You have like an Android or something?
I do.
All right, let me show you what a real phone works. All right, so we've got limited. I don't want to join
Worked right away like that?
Yeah, because mine. I have an iPhone.
Go.
I have an iPhone, not like that primitive shit you got right there.
I just took a picture of it.
Straight bourbon whiskey, finished in toasted oak, limited small batch WS2, I guess. It's a custom batch. The whiskey is a 7-year bourbon that was distilled at MGP. So it's MGP, Indiana, so that's why. In 2016 and aged in Kentucky. The batch is a marriage of 18 barrels. 18 barrels! Jeez! Mostly low rye mash bill.
You didn't have to put in your age and stuff?
I did. With a small amount of high rye mash bill. 60. Oh, there you go, brah. This one tells you here. 60 corn, 36 rye, 4 on the barley. The bourbon was rebarreled into new toasted oak barrels for finishing. Tasting notes. Oh, no. How much do we butcher ours? On the nose, this whiskey is packed with fruity aromas of cherry and fig. We did not say that. Once sipped, vibrant flavors of orange zest and rock candy.
What is rock candy?
Well, that's like the stuff you used to get on a stick. It was like the crystal kind of.
Gotcha, yeah.
Notes of toasted marshmallow. Okay, well, you said marshmallow, actually.
Hints of espresso, toasted almonds, and leather.
Yeah.
Hold up. Are you tasting any of that? I'm
not espresso. Almonds, I can say maybe. Leather, I'm not sure. Let's revisit this.
Leather to me tastes like a cigar blend. Leather that to me that comes handy.
I can say maybe a little.
All right.
Toasted almonds, maybe not. Toasted almonds kind of give you more of a cherry note.
Right.
Espresso, obviously, more of a coffee note. I'm not really getting that necessarily, but hey, it's good.
No, yeah, 100%.
I really like this, man.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like when the information's on the bottle.
Yeah.
You know?
John has been a new, dedicated, committed fan of Breaking Bourbon.
Yeah.
He's like, hold on, Ken, Breaking Bourbon. Hold on, we got this.
I do. I go to them for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. Because
Shout
they
out
do a
Breaking
lot of homework, man. They do a lot of stuff. They try it out. And
those are a few guys that are just like me and you that just decided to make this webpage that became...
Yeah. Don't mean it's law. Don't mean it's law.
No.
Because we have our own opinions as well.
100%.
Yeah. So, but every batch, every bottle, every barrel,
it's good to compare
every
and contrast.
mix, everything could be slightly different. So,
yeah. I mean, I bought. We traded a couple bottles, and we talked about it a few weeks ago with our Willets,
Yeah.
And it's like what what we have here and what
I know you.
they're different.
I re-listened to that episode recently.
Yeah. And I'm not complaining. No, I love it. I
Yeah.
love what I got, man. I'm so happy
He's
with
like,
what I
it just
got.
tastes better at Ken's house.
It is just the barrel. Sometimes they taste different, man.
It can
They
be
taste
slight
different.
variation.
There's a variation.
For the most part, though, when it comes to Willet Rye 4 years, they're pretty similar. Though.
And I had one 3 nights ago, and
Yeah.
I friggin' enjoyed the shit out of it. And I sat down and I watched it, and I was like, "This is what I was thinking I was gonna have in my throat tonight."
Yeah.
Dude.
And it wasn't the same.
No.
Interesting.
No.
And it's tough
It
because
definitely screwed me, but I'm okay. I'm
No.
all right. Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. though. I'm
no,
okay with that.
because you're never gonna. I have.
Because my smoke wagon's like 3/4 of the way gone.
Oh my god.
You're like, that should be a special occasion.
I
Yeah. Every night's a special occasion.
So there's no telling when you buy one random 4-year Willet from another. So
Yes,
it's
yes,
not
yes,
gonna.
no.
It's just for
Agreed.
me. I just see 4-year Willet.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know. So you.
And I buy my stuff to drink.
Yeah.
I buy my stuff to drink.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
But yes, when you say I live on Breaking Bourbon, I do. I listen to. I like
Yeah.
to listen to different people's opinions.
Yeah.
We even went to a liquor store, and I was like, "Hey, what do you think about this? And what do you think
Yeah.
about this? What do you think about-" And then I wound up buying this, and
I
you're
know.
like, and you told me, you go, dude, you've never tried that before.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend that money on something you never
No.
tried before?
No. Absolutely.
You've had this though, and you liked it.
Yeah.
Why did not buy this?
Exactly.
And I did.
Yeah.
You were 100% right.
Yeah. Just get it. You know it.
Yeah.
It was good.
The Dalai Lama,
Yeah.
bourbon, dude. I appreciate, man. I appreciate your opinion, and I cherish your opinion, and you haven't steered me wrong. So
Well, if I did, I'm sorry. But let's get into our topics.
Can I
Ready?
try this?
Ready? Can I kick off this next?
Kick it
topic?
off, baby. Kick it off.
What is love?
Don't
Baby,
hurt
don't
me.
hurt me.
Don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me no more. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on. All right.
Kick it off.
What is love, guys? What is love? What is it? Do you say it? Do you just throw it out there? Do you say it enough? Do you say it to your children enough? Do you say it to your parents enough? Do you say it to the ones that you love enough?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I tell my children every night. So my kids are 14 years old, right? So we'll eat dinner, and then we'll have dessert. We'll watch
Yeah.
TV. And then like 8:30, they'll go into their rooms, and they'll talk to their friends or go on
Yeah.
YouTube or watch a show, whatever they're going to do. Then they just go to bed, and I don't see them until the next day.
Yeah.
But I'll always make it a point to be like, good night. Thanks for saying good night to me. I love you. And they'll be like, I love you, Dad. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I have to push the issue, though.
Yeah.
They'll disappear for 2 days.
I
and
know
they
it's
won't say
it's
anything.
interesting. It's interesting, let me ask you this: so, when they were 5, 6 years old, did they say it more often?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah,
They were all over you.
It's
They're all over
interesting
you.
because I think when it comes to children, they're tackling.
They're embarrassed now.
They're tackling emotions. They're tackling words. They're trying to really. They're realizing that the word love and the word I love you is stronger than maybe words that they just maybe said in the past.
Right.
Maybe it was just back then it was just a habitual thing and they said I love you.
Yeah.
And now it's like, hold on. It's almost like they're saying I respect these words more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like when you talk about something that might be naughty or something, whatever, and you're like, "Oh, I shouldn't say." There's more behind it. There's power to it, and it's not saying that they don't love you, but they're just saying, just saying the words right now is, it's an emotional experience every time they do it.
Right.
And emotional experience, some people may shy away from because there's an awkwardness to it at times.
But what about from our perspective, our age, being the elders? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Do you want to say it more than, Did we hear growing up? Did we hear "I love you"?
Yeah, I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Your parents?
Yeah.
I loved you a lot.
You know, it's hard to remember everything because that was so long ago, but I do recall hearing it.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
I don't recall "I love yous."
Yeah.
I don't even now get "I love yous." No.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know it's there.
Well, that's the thing. Do you say, I don't think my mom loves me because she didn't say it?
My mom will "I love me" 1,000 times. My dad's a different story.
Yeah. So, if you said, after all this time, if you were to stop one of your, whatever, your brother, your mom, your dad, anyone, and you said, do you love me? Is there any doubt in your mind that they would answer anything other than yes?
No.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing.
I think it's the expressive part,
Yeah.
right? It's the expressive part.
Emotions are a funny thing, though.
But I'm different than. All right, so I'm the oldest of 3 siblings from my dad.
Okay.
My brother's 8 years younger than me, and my sister is 20 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Right? 20 years. That's a big, big gap.
And you have a sister from your mom.
Right. On a different side. I'm just talking about my dad right now. Because my mom's "I love you" up and down the block. She loves everybody. Yeah. My dad, on the other hand, is like, I see my parents often. We live in the same town. Mm-hmm. Holidays, even just family dinner on Sundays. You know, my stepmom and my sister are always a kiss. You know, good night, thank you. Blah, blah, blah. My dad's always like, see you, son. Yeah, see you, Dad.
Yeah.
Never, I love you. Give me a kiss. Good night,
Yeah.
But it's a given. Like, I know my dad loves me.
Yeah.
You know, and I know I love him. Mm-hmm. You know, I know I'd be lost without him, and I know he'd be lost without me.
Yeah.
You know, but we don't have to say it to each other.
Yeah.
Because we know.
And
but
all right,
with this generation now, and having girls, you need to say that a little bit.
Yeah.
And my kids, I think, feel awkward sometimes. They'll never be like, "Love you, Dad."
Yeah.
You know, I have to be like, "Love you. Have a good night. Good night. See you tomorrow. Love you.
Yeah.
Love you too." You know, my daughter will never come up to me like, "I love you, Dad."
Once again, I think we're going back to what I just said, though. Yeah. It's kind of like there's when you are going through puberty, you're going through certain things, and that's not just puberty. I think it's just becoming a kid that can make their own decisions and stuff, and you come across certain words and stuff like that, and you see the power behind it. I think it's not necessarily that they're never ever saying, "I don't love you." They're just saying, "This is emotional right now. This is emotional right now. This is emotional right now," you know? And it, just to put it out there. They're understanding love in a different way. And there's no question that there's no question that say, "Oh, they don't love you." No, it's not that. It's just sometimes they're not at that moment
expressive.
Exactly. They're not as expressive at that moment.
When you do you call your mom often?
I call her.
How often do you talk to your mom a week?
At least once.
Once a week.
Yeah.
And when you hang up with your mom, are you like, "I love you"?
No, not usually. No.
Or does she say it? Or she just say, "All right, goodbye"?
No.
So it's just like a goodbye.
No, the "I loves you" more like maybe once a month, maybe.
Okay.
You know, and it's it's.
I mean, I talk to my mom once a month.
Yeah.
Once every other month. My mom's not close. She's not far, but she's not close.
As proximity goes.
My mom will call me and she'll be like, "Hey, remember me?" And I'm like, "Hey, Mom." But my dad, we talk every day, you know, because we're in the same town. I see him every day.
Yeah.
But there's never. I can't remember the last time my dad said, "I love you."
Yeah, but he sees you every day.
Right.
Yeah.
But should there be a time where, like, even though I'm 40-something years old and my dad's like 70-something years old, should there be a time where my dad's like, "I did good, I love you"?
Yeah.
Or is it okay to just know?
I think knowing is fine.
Okay.
I think knowing is fine. It's understood. That's the great thing about having a family bond, you know. That's a great thing about having a dad that you know the ins and outs of. You know him like the back of your hand, and he knows you like the back of his hand, and he knows what he raised and who he's raised and everything. I think that's a great thing. It's nice. It's an honor in a way to have something that is understood.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the case is, man. I think it's just understood. I think it's just, hey, I know.
I like to give my dad shit because, so growing up, right, my dad worked, he was a he worked for Wonder Bread. He was delivery guy.
I was say he's a breadwinner.
Yeah, he was. But he was he delivered bread with Wonder Bread. And like I said, there was 8 years between me and my brother.
Yeah.
So my dad missed almost everything I did, right? Bowling, the 5 weeks I played football before I got hurt.
He's working his ass off.
He was working his ass off, dude.
Yeah.
And then my brother came, and my brother started playing Little League. But my dad got transferred from New York to New Jersey, where we lived.
Timing.
So So the time was like my dad got out of work at 4 o'clock, so I can go see your brother's game.
Yeah.
And then my dad got hurt on the job. So when my sister came around 20 years later, he was able to see everything she did. Track, softball. He was a coach, blah, blah, blah. He never coached anything I did. Coach. And people look at me and they're like, aren't you jealous? Like, your dad put so much time into your sister.
Yeah.
Your dad he never even seen you at one of your matches for bowling, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. My dad worked his ass off. Like, I don't find that bad at all. Like,
Let me ask you, out of pure curiosity, it's understood. He had a job. He was doing his thing. You know, he had to support the family. Understood.
Yeah.
Random question.
Sure.
If you had to choose between your father being more a part of your sports or your children's as a granddad, which one would you choose?
I love that question, man.
Yeah.
I love that question. I was about to bring it up.
Yeah.
My children.
Yeah.
My children. I'd rather him be a better granddad than a dad. Yeah.
And it's not about being a better granddad than dad necessarily.
A more
involved.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
can you pour me a little bit more?
Because
we're about to get into emotional stuff. And I am feeling a little bit weird. And I want to get my dad on the phone almost because I want to ask him how he feels because you know how my dad is. He's spoken. Thank you.
I'm ruining that paper there.
You fucked up that paper.
But yeah.
This is the 3rd episode of the day, and we're drinking, and this is where I get emotional. So
you don't have to get emotional.
No.
But it's a good answer.
Yeah.
And I think part of that answer, though, is your kids are always number one in your life.
Yeah.
And, I mean, besides your wife and everything, obviously your wife is, a big important role, too, as well. But, as far as it goes and the decisions that are made and stuff, you have already seen what works, what doesn't work, things you may regret, things that your parents may have done that you may regret on their behalf, and seen what they did or anything of that sort. And just to have a almost clean slate to start out with your kids where you can say, this is how I want to make it better. This is what I like to see. This is how I want them to view this person or that person or any person for that matter. And just to see.
I want my kids to think my dad's like the God, like the ultimate, you know what I mean? Like the ultimate person to start our family. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then me second from my dad.
Yeah.
And I really do think that's how they think because my dad got hurt on the job when my kids just got born.
Yeah.
So my dad raised my kids for me. He was there.
Well, he didn't raise.
No, I don't want to say raised. No, you're right. Not raised. My dad was my kids. I didn't have to send them to daycare and all that stuff because my parents were medically home.
It was the cards you were dealt at that moment, and it worked for everyone. And it was good because it gave your parents, your dad and your stepmom, a chance to connect with your children in a way that you never thought they may have connected with them because they had that opportunity.
Right. Where me, I was my firstborn of my dad and his brother. I have one uncle. from my grandparents.
So as far as grandchildren go, you were the first.
I was the firstborn.
Okay.
Right in 1977.
All right.
My grandfather died in like 1980 or 1979.
Okay.
I was his like pride and joy for like a year or two.
Yeah.
You know, and then my grandmother died when my brother was born in 1985.
I'm happy that your grandfather didn't see what you became.
He would love it, man. He would love it. He would love it. You know, and coming from a family that is that small.
Yeah.
You know, like I take pride in that. You know, I'm the firstborn. You know,
Yeah.
I think my grandfather would be proud of me. You know? I think and then on my mom's side, my grandparents had 15 brothers. You know, my mom's got 15 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that's like my.
I'm a
my
blip
family.
on the screen. I'm nobody. You know what I mean? I'm nobody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it's just when attention has to be divided amongst many, that's gonna happen sometimes.
I'm gonna do this. Fuck it, I don't care.
What are you doing?
No, keep talking. Go ahead.
Keep
talking.
Dude, are you sure about this?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't care.
If you're gonna put it, you gotta put it on the mic.
Yep.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
All right, good. Hey, we're talking right now. You're on the microphone because we're talking live right now. And
okay.
yeah, we're talking about how when we aren't the kind of people that like hug each other and love each other and kiss each other and be like, "I love you, Dad," right? And "I love you, son."
Right.
Right? But we do. We have that
Action
understanding.
speaks louder than words.
Say that again?
Action speaks louder than words.
Right? So we come over and we spend. Can you hear? You can hear?
Yeah.
All right. We spend a lot of holidays and whatnot together. But me and you aren't. We don't hug each other and be, "I love you, Dad. I love you, son."
I would slap you if you did that.
I would slap you.
I wasn't brought up that way either.
Oh,
My
that's
father
good.
never said it. I don't know. I mean, I do.
Absolutely.
I think it's just words.
It's just right.
It's just a word.
Right? Because I mean, we'll spend. We'll have family dinner. We'll spend holidays,
Of course.
and I'll kiss,
Of course.
my stepmother Teresa,
Yeah.
who's Teresa's my mother.
Right.
She's not my I say my stepmother, but Teresa's my mother.
Right.
And Jessica, we'll kiss each other, and even me and you, we'll kiss each other on the cheek. We'll say goodbye.
Absolutely.
But it's never like, "I love you, son. I love you, Dad," because we know. We're older school. We're older school.
Of course, so we know. To me, it's just a word. You hear friends. Jessica talks to her friends, and they say, "I love you," this and that. You don't need to say it. Action speaks louder.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm there for you. You're
Right.
there for me.
Right.
We run for family is family. We don't have to say the word.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, when Teresa says goodnight, she says, "I love you." I go, "Me too."
Right.
Mr. G, I was telling John about this,
And
I
you're
say,
live right now. We're recording.
Yeah,
so
and I
we're
said
talking.
I said to John, I said, it's almost a greater honor to have something that is purely understood.
Exactly. And by our actions, it's understood that there's love in the family, just by
Right.
the actions.
And I was
So-
talking about like our situation, how like you worked your ass off when I was young, and you had to do what was right for us.
Of
then
course.
when Joey came around, you were closer to home, and then when Jessica came around, it was even more. But now with my kids, it's even like you get to put 100% into them.
100%. 100. Yep.
And I'm
Yep.
more grateful for that than you could put into anything I did when I was young, because
I never remembered my grandparents. Only one of my grandparents was alive when I was born. And my grandmother died when I was 8, so I had no grandparents. When you have grandchildren, you dote over them. You do what you got to do. Listen, I took those kids everywhere, and I enjoy it.
100%.
I mean, I enjoy it, and
Yeah.
we watched them since they were little.
I always say my kids love you just as much as they love me. Like the grandparent love is different than a parent love, man.
100%.
And
100%.
I didn't have that because Grandpa died when I was 2, 3 years old.
you were 2 years old when he died.
Grandma, I was,
She died in
when I was
she
like
died in
8,
85.
and I remember her because I was close. But
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
mom's parents, I don't remember. I was just a blip on the screen. They had 35, 50
Yeah,
grand.
I don't even think
I
if they
don't
would
know.
have passed you in the street, they would never recognize you
Right.
because there's so many grandkids.
But I think the thing we were talking about is, do you need to really say I love you?
No,
Like, you know. It doesn't have
no.
to be said. You know.
It doesn't. I don't say it to Jessica. I don't say it to Teresa. I don't say it because my actions and what I do for everybody and what everybody does for me, that's all that matters.
Right.
Yeah.
You could say I love you and spend no time with anybody,
Okay.
and that's a waste.
Right.
So action, I always say action speaks louder than words.
That don't work.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang
All
up.
right.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, I love you, Pop.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Bye.
That was perfect.
I don't even know if that had anything to do with what we've been talking about today.
Well, it's what is love.
Love is love. Right?
Love is love.
It's
What is
whatever,
love?
man. You don't need to know. Like, we're parents now.
Yeah.
You know, our kids know we love them.
Yeah. I know. We're not in a situation where there's a question of that, you know? I think where there might be a situation where someone is in question of that.
Mm-hmm.
Say they had a argument, say they had some rocky history, or they had something. They may need to hear that, you know? Yeah. Which is not always the case. And it's not always the case with your family. It's not always the case with my family. I say it about my mom, obviously, I love her. I do anything for her. My brothers, I love my brothers. There's always and I think that's the thing too with my family. It's understood. You know.
That's the part. It's understood.
Yes.
It doesn't always need to be said, but it's understood.
Yes.
And I think as the younger generation, I feel like the younger generation, they need to hear it.
Yeah.
You don't need to hear it. We didn't need to hear it.
Yeah.
We didn't need to hear it. We knew.
Yeah.
We knew.
Yeah. That was great. You brought your dad on there.
Even if that made no sense, I don't know. For some reason, I was like, let me bring him on.
And I love that he just answered.
We were just talking
he just
to him.
answered and jumped right into it, man.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
love
fuck
that.
it, I love you. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you, but I love you.
Yeah. Yes, and they're powerful words, and you don't take words for granted necessarily. But when it's just a telepathic thing in a way,
Right.
where you're kind of like,
you just know.
Yeah.
And like I said, I want my parents to love my kids more than I love me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's.
If you had a grandfather that was on his deathbed, and he was in the same way, and he just all he did was give you a nod, and you gave him a nod.
That nod is enough, man.
That is enough.
That nod is enough.
Yeah, and it's saying, I know, Pops, I know.
My grandfather died when I was 2. My mom's grandfather died.
Your mom's father.
Yeah. My mom's father died like 6 years ago, but like I
Yeah.
said, I was one of like 50.
Yeah.
So
I know. Well, that was me and my family too, with my grandfather and my grandmother.
I was a blip on the screen.
Yeah, my mom had 14 siblings or whatever it was.
Same. My family's the same, man.
Yeah.
I think your mom might have had like 2 more brothers
Yeah.
and sisters than I did.
Yeah,
It's the same.
And so I have like 70 something first cousins. Yeah,
We were a blip.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
at least no. I want to say me. I was a blip.
I don't want to say I was a blip necessarily. My grandfather and my grandmother always showed the same kind of love sheet, but they showed equal love no matter what. If I saw my grandmother, and you could ask your wife, who's my cousin, if you saw her, it was always like, many blessings to you. Hope you,
I'm
God
shaking
bless
right
you.
now, man, because I feel like emotional about this. Like this
Yeah?
is crazy. Yeah, I know because we're parents now.
Yeah. Even with my son, every night when I put him to bed, love you, buddy. And I always say, I love you, buddy.
Always say I love you.
Love you, buddy. And he's doing now he's gotten to the, you too.
Yeah. Yeah. My daughter's like, same.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to tell you I love you.
Yeah.
My kids are 14 going on 15.
Yeah.
And, my girls will go to bed and they go down. My daughter lives in the basement. And she won't even she'll go downstairs after dinner and I won't see her until the next day.
You learn that passion over time. You learn it just like when I say if, and I, not to get too, graphic or whatever you want to call them. So if someone ever put their hands on my son, I will fucking kill them.
Yeah,
but
we'll go back to the last episode.
And then
shoot him.
When I'm a senior citizen, and if I get to, I'm blessed with old age, and it was my son is in his 40s or whatever, and if someone put their hands on me, I'm sure my son will do the same thing. And
it's funny because I have twins, right?
Yeah.
And one of my daughters says, when you get older, I'm going to take care of you. You're going to live with me.
That's a good thing about daughters.
But my other daughter is like, no, fuck that. Like, Sophia will take care of you. Like, I'm not going to, no. Like, Sophia will be the one to take care of you. It's not going to be me.
Yeah.
And then Sophia's like, you're going to live with me and my husband and my kids, and I'm going to take care of you. And I'm like, think about what you're saying right now, because I'm going to hold you to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think about that stuff too. I know plenty of friends or family or whatever that have had that situation.
Because my dad, that was just on the phone with us, right?
Yeah.
He needs to he gets into the home or he needs to be taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm not taking care of him. No. You know what? I'm going to leave that too. My little sister, right? You're close to her. You love her. You tell her you love her every day. Guess what? She's going to be wiping your ass. It ain't going to be me.
No, it's different for guys for some reason. I don't know what it is.
And then my dad tells me, well, you're the person where I'm putting you on the will and you're the executor. All right, so I'm going to give 50% to me, and then I'm going to chuck the other 50% to my brother and my sister. Right? He's like, oh, it don't work that way. It's got to be, equal.
Yeah.
No. It's 50% to me.
Don't get him worried, bro, that you're going to make the stupid decisions.
I love it.
Yeah, well.
That's the thing. We have the understanding. You don't need to talk about it.
Yeah.
The understanding is there.
Yeah.
I think that's the moral of the story. The understanding is there.
That's great. This is a first phone.
This is fucking long. Like
we started recording a little, but we should end this now.
Yeah, let's end it. Yeah.
What is
I'm
love,
sorry,
people?
I'm
What is love? That is what we're talking about. What is it to you?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt
Better the Roxbury right here, people.
No more.
This was fun, man. It was a good topic. It was kind of like a left field topic, or right field, or whatever you want to call it.
Topic, right?
Yeah, and that we were actually going to start talking about something else until like maybe less than a minute before the episode. We're like, you want to talk about it? All right, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So it made it interesting. Guys, it's been fun. Shout out Cast, man. This is
I
wow.
like that, dude.
I really like this toasted barrel.
I did.
Like I said to John before, I might have to get another if I
might
can find
smuggle
it.
that home with me.
Yeah, I think so. Cheers to you guys. Cheers. Thanks for watching us. Subscribe, 100%. All that fun stuff. I don't know what they say anymore.
Watch us.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye.